So let's begin with one of the most important topics when learning English as a beginner, and that is verb to be. If you are a beginner level student, please turn on the subtitles in the language of your choice. We're going to begin with the personal pronouns, sometimes called subject pronouns, and verb to be. We begin with I am, then we have you are, he is, she is, it is, we are, and they are. We can use you in the singular and also the plural form. Now let's also look at the contractions, which are very, very common in English. So let's begin with the contraction of I am, which we put together to make one word pronounced I'm. I'm. And an example of that will be I'm Ben. I'm Australian. I'm a teacher. Next is you are, and we can contract that and make it you're. You're a student. You're in class. Next is he is, or contraction, he's. He's. Now notice that the letter E in he's and she's, the next contraction, is a long E sound. He, he's, she's. He's my dog. She's my other dog. It's nice weather today. It's sunny today here in my city. You're in the plural. You're all my students. You're from different countries, maybe. Next, the contraction of we are. Where? Where? Now, my accent is Australian, and in Australia we learn English that is more similar to British English. However, I'm going to teach you both American and British English pronunciation in my videos. Sometimes we pronounce it where. You might also hear Americans pronounce it as we're. Both are correct. And finally, we have the contraction of they are or there. There. Now, to form the negative contraction of verb to be, there are two ways. The first way is actually very easy, and the pronunciation is a little easier by just adding the word not after the contraction. For example, I'm not American. I'm not. You're not. Maybe you can give me some examples in the comments of what you're not. He's not my neighbor. He's not a student. She's not my friend. I don't know her. She's not Colombian. It's not my pet. It's not nice weather today. You're not, this is the plural form, you're not my students. You're not in the same city as me. We're not learning French. Not in these classes. And finally, they're not in Australia. There is a second way that we can use verb to be in the negative by contracting the verb to be with not. For example, for I'm not, it remains the same. However, for you are, you can say you are not, you're not, or you have the other option, you aren't. He's not, or he isn't. She's not, or she isn't. It's not, or it isn't. We're not, or we aren't. They're not, or they aren't. Now, to form the question, it's very easy, but we have to make one change to the sentence structure. Instead of the affirmative, I am, you are, he is, etc., we simply change the order of the two first words. So, I am, change the word order, and it becomes am I. And then we can add more information to the question. Am I American? No, I'm not. I'm Australian. You are in a question becomes are you? Are you British? You can answer that in the comments if you like. Tell me where you're from. He is becomes is he? Is he my dog? Yes, he is. She is becomes is she? Is she my other dog? It is becomes is it? Remember, we can use the subject pronoun it for an animal if we do not know the gender. This is my goldfish. I don't know if it's male or female, so I would refer to it as it. However, for my dogs, I do know their genders because they're my pets. So I know I have a dog that I refer to as she and he. Is it a goldfish? Yes, it is. For we are, we can change the word order to are we? Are we English students? You are. I'm a teacher. And the final one, they are, becomes are they? Are they French? Probably. So that's verb to be. I would love to hear more about you, so perhaps you can tell me in the comments, using verb to be, what is your name? What country are you from? I'd love to meet you. I'd love to know more about you. Thank you so much for watching this first video, and there are many more coming every week. See you in the next class.